Welcome to the Blue Cafe. We offer stories of infidelity, betrayal, and redemption. Please like and subscribe. Cheers. Now, on to today's story. I cheated on my husband after he completely broke me. So my husband, 27, and I, 25, got married 4 years ago and we have a 5-year-old daughter. She's our whole world and my husband is a great dad, but May 2021 I found out he was cheating, and in the worst way possible. We were doing it and he got a text. I looked over at the phone and it was a woman's name. She said, "I'm free right now if you want to come lay it on me," but in Spanish he saw what I saw and turned his phone face down. I immediately stopped and confronted him. He broke down and told me they never had sex and he was only texting her because I'm always working. I didn't believe him. I didn't leave because our daughter was starting preschool and I didn't want her to stress. But I didn't talk to him and he slept in the living room. I treated him like a stranger and he would beg and beg me to forgive him. After 2 months of his begging, I fell in his trap and slept with him and forgave him. My heart remained broken and I was depressed, but then like another 2 months later I find out he's been having sex with multiple women for the past couple months. I'd how to describe the hurt, but I was done. By now it's November and I met someone who was going to work with me, real estate, and he always flirted with me, but I was too heartbroken. Eventually he ends up finding out what happened with my husband and he pursues me even more. He's so charming I eventually gave in. My husband was still living with me at the time because of my daughter. He stopped all the BS he was doing and was trying to fix things, but it was too late. He was living with me because I didn't want to confuse my baby girl. I ended up sleeping with my co-worker, and after a while of seeing him, my husband found out because my co-worker ended up sending him a picture of me laying down next to him, without my knowledge. I got mad and he told me he despises my ex for what he did to me and our daughter and wanted to let him know that he lost me forever. TBH, it how my ex-husband feels because he made me question myself as a woman. He doesn't live with me anymore and I filed for divorce, but every time he picks up my daughter he tries to make me fall in his trap, but I'm really in love with my new boyfriend. He's great and treats me amazingly. But my ex-husband makes me feel guilty and tells me I ruined our family. Our mutual friends tell me I'm wrong for getting into a relationship so soon. I stayed with this man when he went to prison for 6 months and took care of our daughter by myself. I loved him more than anything, but when you're done, you're done. Unfortunately, this seems to be a mess all around. It doesn't seem like you're looking for advice. 2 wrongs don't make a right. Your husband is a mess, but this boyfriend doesn't seem that much better either. I would stay far away from either of them. Op is looking for justification for what she did, disguised as asking for feedback. It backfired and turns out Op can't take feedback, lol. Op, 2 wrongs don't make a right. I'm pretty sure they teach you this in elementary school. Good luck. Op deleted their account after being called out for being a shitty parent. Carrot comes and asks for advice, doesn't hear what she wants to hear and bails. Lol definitely was here looking for validation and justification for her trash decisions. Yeah, sorry, it doesn't let you write yes or no questions, so I couldn't really ask for advice. My question was gonna be, do I stay with the new man or move on my own? Look at it this way. Your newest relationship was born in infidelity. The infidelity made him want you more. He likes cheating with married women. Doesn't really inspire trust, you know? That sounds like a dude you might want around your kid one day. I'd say get divorced and find someone new after things settle out. Move on your own. The new guy showed his cards when he manipulatively sent your ex that photo, forcing a situation you didn't want. He cannot be trusted. Ignore what your ex thinks. Duck him and his lies also. He deserves no respect and has given up his right to an opinion on your choices beyond shared parenting responsibilities. Focus on yourself and your child. Get yourself together and don't fall into another toxic relationship. Don't settle for shit men. Move on. That man disrespected you in a bad way. Move on your own. Everybody is saying this, they're just trying to explain why as well, which you don't seem to be seeing or appreciating. Lollop deleted her account after being grilled in the comments. I wonder if she understands just how bad her situation is? I would have to guess not. Clearly she couldn't handle your advice/opinion on the matter without calling you an asshole, smiley face. You dropped a cheating husband and picked up a potentially toxic man that's gonna be around your kid. Congratulations, you're in a toxic all-around situation. And you don't recognize this because you think you're in love with a man that would purposely hit on a married woman, double down on sleeping with a married woman, do revenge porn by non-consensually photographing you and starting shit by sending it to your husband, and you're okay with all that because you got some dick and felt wanted? Two wrongs don't make it right, and you sure as hell don't get sympathy for this. You made her delete her profile, smiley face, smiley face. Emotional damage. Oh, I like you. Your original comment was just perfect, then this comment is just, chef's kiss. Mine's ducked too. I think she's dating Pete Davidson. Ha 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 man, that was just remarkable mate. Well said, honest. Clapping hands, couldn't agree more. Dumb pieces of shit gonna be dumb pieces of shit. Fixed that for you. Everyone deserves everyone. Except the kids. Great job ducking it up. This op. Take some time to be alone and recover from this. Manu snapped WTF, you said it all, speaking Sillet, 100. Kablam. This is like when the ugly coyote fires the shotgun with the carrots in it, mind blown. You don't have to be an asshole, Lamau. My baby has never been around him and will never be unless I plan on getting married. THX. The comments above are not being assholes, just because it's a differing opinion and an attempt at a warning for you. It's not criticism of you personally, it's your situation. It's not ideal, however much you are enjoying your new man. I feel like saying you're okay with it cause you got dick and felt wanted is kinda rude, but yeah, I see what people mean 100% by the new man. But I don't plan on marrying him or having him around my daughter whatsoever. Thanks for the respectful advice. The way you're interpreting the comments is why you think they're so terribly rude. The person said in a respectful way that you are making a wrong decision based purely off emotions. You really think it's smart to go for a guy that purposely went for a married damaged woman? You need to leave that ASAP because it will get much worse. I wish you luck. The comments about you getting what you wanted are irrelevant. Unless I plan on getting married, so you going to introduce the baby to him on the wedding day, lol. Lamau, it was an exaggeration, but I honestly don't think she'll ever meet him. I really don't plan on marrying him. They weren't being an asshole, that was perfectly said and really summed up the situation. And you didn't have to cheat. You could have said no, ended the marriage, and moved on. But no, you stooped to your ex-husband's level. You're not a hero in this situation. Why does she have to be the bigger person? He got a taste of his own medicine. If he had no problem disrespecting, hurting and humiliating her, why should she hold back to do the same? Because wrongs don't make it right. You missed that lesson in middle school? Being vindictive isn't the way to go, because it sets you up for a harder fall, and the worst kinds of lessons. And this childish mindset, highly narcissistic, that it's bad that he did it, but don't mind that I did after, is bullcrap. Not to mention the fact that the daughter can and will likely see and learn from all of this, and, given she isn't fully mentally/emotionally mature enough, develop a nasty takeaway from this situation. Nobody thinks of the children in these situations, unless they're using the kids as bargaining chips. It's honestly a shame and pisses me off, really. Like, you wanna go and do revenge cheating on your so? I mean, I personally wouldn't, but that's just me, do you? But you got a kid to think about. What example are you setting for your kid? Honestly learned a valuable lesson from this myself, being a new father. Whatever you're doing, no matter how small you think, you're setting a constant example for your kid. So, thanks I guess. Lol. Because wrongs don't make it right. Well, it doesn't have to. Smile. Being vindictive isn't the way to go, because it sets you up for a harder fall, and the worst kinds of lesson. Sure. You know what moronic is? Defending cheating in this light, but demonizing it in another. Pick a side, and stop bullshitting the rest of us. He cheated first. He cheated on a loyal partner who loved and trusted him. She cheated on a partner who deceived her, hurt her, disrespected her and humiliated her. The two situations aren't the same. Just like how someone who steals for greed isn't the same as someone who steals just so he doesn't starve. You're one of those types who believes morality is optional, aren't you? So you would judge someone who steals for greed and someone who steals so he doesn't starve the same way. You indeed have a high level of morals. Thankfully, the justice system doesn't work like that. While judging a case, you never look at the offense alone. The motives and other important factors play a role too. That's cool, I respect your opinion or whatever, but my relationship was done by then. The only thing that kept us together was a piece of paper, and he didn't respect that when we were actually together, so why would I when we were basically separated? That doesn't justify anything you wrote. But I'm seeing that you might be a bit on the narcissistic side. You blamed him for cheating, which was his fault. But when you decided to let a man outside of your marriage, paper or not, get into bed with you, you became just as much a perpetrator. So you also didn't respect your marriage. With that being said, don't justify cheating because he broke you. You were either broken from the beginning, or were okay with cheating, considering you kept that man at your job in your orbital. Narcissistic how? Lamau, I feel like you're talking out of your ass at this point. And I held it down for him for years and was the most loyal wife ever when we were actually together. But he didn't respect our marriage at all and clearly didn't appreciate everything I did for him. Also, he did other things before, like ending up in jail when our daughter was only a baby because he decided to start moving drugs. The fact that you referred to your marriage as just a piece of paper tells me it was all about you. This entire writing out was you justifying stepping out on your ex-husband because he did it to you. The emphasis is on you, even down to how you described the child in between. It's not his, but yours. Writing provides context into what a person is thinking, and self-description is prominent in it. Yeah, it was just a piece of paper to me after he ducked up all the trust. I call my baby like any other mother would. If I thought she was only my baby, I wouldn't let him see her. They have the most beautiful relationship and I would never do anything to interfere with that. You sound goofy, bro. You notice how you have to write all that after I point out it's not there? Stop backtracking. The only time you place emphasis on it being both of your child is at the beginning, when everyone is still together. That's not something you noticed, is it? If you thought it was a group effort, you wouldn't place emphasis on the narcissistic side, mine. It would be ours, but again, you wrote it. And I'm sure you're not stupid. But also, legally you wouldn't be able to stop him from seeing your child, because he has proved to you cheating. You don't have much of a choice in that, so that doesn't help dispel my comments. Can we stop with the armchair therapy BS? You are trying to sound so insightful that you genuinely have equivocated both of these people's situations, one a serial cheater who slept with multiple women while still married, and one who looked for comfort, albeit in the wrong way, with someone else after being mentally and emotionally drained from her husband's actions. This sub's lack of nuance and their fetish of demonizing everyone they see as a cheater is ducking insane, honestly. Actually, legally it would be very easy to keep her from him. His criminal record alone would make sure he couldn't see her. But I'm not evil and I would never take her away from him. And like I said, I say my baby because she's my whole world. I've always called her my baby since she was born and there was never any issue until you came along, lol. Most loyal wife ever until you weren't. You could have left him. You chose not to and chose to behave the same way that you're mad at him about. You're either loyal or you're not. There's not a grey area. I'd care if I made it clear or not, but he knew we weren't together. We didn't sleep in the same bed, none of that. I told him I was done before even meeting the new man. You didn't make it clear because the title literally says you cheated. Your new guy is not great. He unbeknownst to you took a pic of you next to him and sent it to your ex to tell him you're his now. That's all kinds of gross. That should have been your choice. Ditch the dudes. Work on you. Concentrate on your daughter and figuring out how to co-parent. Then put yourself out there again. Unless of course you love drama, chaos, and men disrespecting you. Open your eyes. Just divorce him and stop ducking people or meeting people for a while, as you clearly go for toxic people. Why on earth people jump out of and right into a new relationship is beyond me. Are none of you comfortable being single or something? I think it's the fact you've been with someone so long. When you go your separate ways, there is like a void that needs to be filled. But people should focus on themselves after getting out of a long relationship or end up with someone toxic creating a beautiful life. Take it from me. You are missing the part where she stayed when he was cheating once, and then stayed when she found out he was cheating again, multiple times. It's not that people tend to jump in new relation, it's that there are some people that won't leave an old relationship until they find a new one. Both of them sound like giant pricks tbh. Your husband for obvious reasons, and the other guy? He finds out you got cheated on and that you're heartbroken, and his reaction is to pursue you even harder, instead of actually trying to help. And then he acts as a teen girl. Both of them are terrible for you. You deserve some time for yourself. Sounds like you should stay away from both men. Your husband is a serial cheater and liar. He also seems to be bad news in general, or what's that about jail time? Your rebound sounds like a toxic player. He pursues married women for affairs and plays alpha ape with your ex by sending pictures. For your and your child's sake, get out of both situations. Invest your energy in trying to work out a good co-parenting situation with your ex, with him out of the house, and ditch the rebound. You need time to work through your failed marriage and heal. Your daughter is looking at you for a role model. Don't show her that that's the way men in her life should behave. Good luck. You need a clean break, time by yourself, and get some therapy and look after yourself. You can do much better than these two, and you'll see that when you detox off them both. I'm sorry you went through all that BS. That's awful, and you need time by yourself and work on healing with some therapy. Don't have this new weirdo around your daughter, and establish co-parenting with your ex, and you'll meet the right man for you when you get rid of the toxic BS around you. You will keep attracting low-value men if you don't work on yourself and see your self-worth. Take care. Wish you the very best in the future. You and your daughter deserve the best. This is the only time a kitchen sink wasn't backed up with bullshit. Here's an award. Thank you. Thanks for the therapy advice. I'm actually going to look into it. As a mom, I couldn't really express my hurt in front of my daughter, so it resulted in me bottling things in. And my ex and I are very cordial when it comes to her, so there's no problem in that. But the new man will 100% never be around my daughter. Thank you so much. Smile. You should be single, and maybe go to therapy. I can't imagine how confusing and heartbreaking this must be for your daughter to witness. Keep an eye on her as well, maybe have her go to therapy. Your new boyfriend sounds like POS. Your relationship was born in infidelity. He's your co-worker, and he kept pushing for you to cheat despite you still being married and clearly heartbroken. If you care about you and your own daughter's well-being, you break up with them both. My advice, move on your own. She doesn't know much. She only knows her dad and I separated because we weren't meant to be together. She's my main priority. I only see the other man when she's with her dad. Thanks for the advice. I'm actually starting to think this new man isn't all that great. I'm used to toxic, so I guess I let certain things slide. We hope you have enjoyed today's episode. Please comment, like and subscribe. Cheers. Have a wonderful day or night, wherever you are.